Hey y'all, welcome back to the third and final installment of my Fallout Colt 6520 cosplay prop build. In this video, I will be assembling and installing the trigger box and buttoning up the final pieces. To finish the build, I start with laying out all the parts needed and any tools necessary. You see me laying out all the M3 hardware, springs, and a driver handle fitted with a T10 bit as it fits these bolts perfectly. I debated on whether or not to include the weathering process here, but I think that will be a separate video to itself, as the process is a bit more in-depth. Check out my website at kingantdesigns.com for other props available for purchase. To assemble the trigger box, I try to match up 2 springs by length and insert them into the case where the trigger mechanism slides. As you can see, it can be kinda fiddly, and I do have massive hands, and I sometimes struggle. I didn't want to glue them together as there really was no need to, as Marco did a great job on this design. I grabbed the trigger by itself and ensured that the alignment bump on the top is oriented in the upright position. The trigger body has matching holes to receive the springs I just installed. There is a catch there to limit the forward movement. Here, I grab the actuator and locate its spring perch. Built into the case there is another perch, and I make sure the holes are facing each other. I use the actuator perch to hold the spring in place, ensuring it doesn't fly away with my finger, and I rotate the actuator over the boss on the case. I ensure that the trigger moves the actuator around the boss. Notice the parts are staying in place without any adhesive or screws. The last part of the moving mechanism is the hammer. It also has a spring perch for our cut down pin springs. On the case itself, there is another perch where the final spring will sit. Printing in black doesn't really help with the lighting here. Honestly, my setup doesn't allow for much lighting in these recesses. I put the spring in its perch in the case and realize it's probably easier to install it in the hammer first. I install the hammer on its boss and then bend the spring into its resting position. Give the trigger a few test squeezes to make sure it's still lined up to pull the hammer back, and watch the actuator lock it down. Pull the trigger, it rotates the actuator, which releases the hammer, and the spring tension pulls the hammer up. Genius. While I'm sure the actuator isn't going anywhere, to be on the safe side, I hold it as I bring the other half of the case over the assembly. There are 4 holes here, but only 3 are needed to keep the assembly together. The case has built-in cutouts for the M3 nuts that clamp this bad boy together. Here is where having big hands come in handy. I can hold the assembly closed while keeping the bolts from falling out at the same time as I flip it back and forth, tightening everything. Now, I don't want it super tight as to restrict movement, but not so loose as to come apart. Test to ensure a smooth movement and get ready for install. Well, right here's where I realized my mistake from the first video. I should not have glued the cylinder in place then, and only used it as a guide for the grip. I absolutely will struggle getting this box in the handle. I am absolutely positive that this bolt sticking out isn't going to help me try to shoehorn this thing in. Remember that fourth hole? This is where it comes into play here. The M3x20 bolt is used here to affix the box to the main assembly. It's intended to be removable, but I glued everything together, so it's more for stability in this use case. Give it some test pulls to ensure that everything functions as intended, call it good, and move on to the final part. I pull the hammer out of the way and slide the rear body onto the frame to test the fitment. I'm comfortable with the fitment and move on to the last glue up. After almost gluing myself to the project, I pull it out of frame of the video for some reason and attach the last part securely to the rest of the prop. Well, it was supposed to be secured. I add some baking soda in the crack to see if I can get it to reach the still liquid CA, to no avail. Nothing that a little more CA and soda can't fix. Again, I'm not worried about the excess glue or soda, as I will incorporate it into the final weathering look, so it's okay. And here it is, all finished up and ready to get dirty, the Colt 6520 from the Fallout series. Again, I want to thank you for following along with the build, and if this is your first video you're watching in the series, I'll leave a card at the end for the other videos I have about this. If you like the videos and want to see more content, stick around as I have other props to build. Until then, King Ant, out.